Welcome back to Uncorked in Spain. Today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. I'm going to take you guys on a little walk with me across our property, and we're going to check the trail camera. This is something I do almost every day. We have about 35 acres here, and so I've had it for about maybe a little over a week now that I've had this trail camera. And I like to put it at different places. So I wanted to start at the house to show you how close to the house I've set this thing up. The first day that I got it, I don't know if I was being lazy or if I thought I would see something, but here's my little sitting area here. The house is right there. And I set the camera up right here on this tree because there looks to be a pretty decent game trail coming right down here. Right down through here. So I put the camera right here facing this way, and this is my driveway right here. It goes down there, does a circle, and so this is where I put it the first day, and I'll put the footage in here of what we saw. But we saw deer, a doe, and I caught a glimpse of something in the background that looked like it was going to be a wild boar. Pretty sure that's what it was, but it just kind of was far off in the distance and got away into the night. So the second time I set up the camera, I'm stuck on my fence. I got my backpack on because I got my laptop in there, because we're going to check the footage on the laptop instead of bringing the camera down, because it's pretty far up there where we've got it today. What? No? Okay. Sorry about that. So, like I was saying, we got the camera pretty far up the hill today. So I got my headband on here. It's about 11 a.m. It's not too hot yet. But you gotta wear big, thick pants and shoes, because there's a lot of these guys right here that are super pokey. So the second place I put the camera was right here. This spot I liked because there's a game trail kind of following along this wall right here. So I just saw something in that tree. Coming down this way, there's another trail coming right down through here. This road goes up here, and there's another game trail that cuts across through there. So I had the camera sitting right here facing here, and we got a lot of action here. Again, I'll put the footage in so you can see it. But we saw deer, and we saw a buck. They're roe deer, I found out by doing a little Googling. And we've seen badgers, and we've seen foxes, 2 badgers and 2 foxes at the same time running around. A couple of days ago, I heard a lot of fox calls. They were calling to each other. I believe it might be mating season. I did read that it is also mating season for the roe deer right now. So I'm wondering if they're gonna lose their horns relatively soon. It says July is mating season for the roe deer, and then they have their little babies in the spring. So we'll just keep on walking up the trail here, and I'll show you where we had the next location. We're almost there. The worst part about this is all the spider webs I have to walk through. So this is the next location I put it. Not in that tree, it was too big. I put it in that little tree right there because, again, we got the road coming down through here, but then there's a pretty big game trail right here that goes down around this rock, and I thought I could catch him coming right up around this rock right here. And we did see some good animals here. I saw foxes here. One of the foxes jumped up on that rock right there, and I was checking things out, and I think this is where we saw the baby for the first time. the mama deer and the baby deer walk through here, and the baby still has spots. So I think it was born this spring, and so she's a brand new little baby. But look at these views up here, pretty nice. So we'll keep on going up the trail, and I'll show you the next location. I'm gonna turn the camera off because we got a little ways to go for the next one. Keep on going up this hill. Okay, still going up the hill. Gets a little flatter here for a minute. I'm gonna be out of breath to talk to you. But this next location I was very excited about because we went to Pamplona for a couple of days. No, we went to Burgos to see my wife's family for a couple of days. And I set the camera up here. See, we got a game trail coming up here. We got the road coming up here, and then we got another big game trail coming down right there. So I set the camera up in this tree looking out this way, and I thought I'd get animals coming up from here, coming up from there, coming down from here, and coming down from here. And I left it here for 3 days undisturbed while we were out of town, and I didn't turn it on. It has 3 buttons: off, test, and on, and somehow I accidentally only clicked it to test, and so it didn't. I got 0 footage. So I left it here for 1 more day, and I saw a deer walk by, and something, I had it in that tree right there. Something walked right through here because it was so close I could only see its back. I think it was a fox though, because I saw his ear at the very end of it. So we saw a fox here and a deer, and that was all I saw here. I was mad that I missed those 3 days. So I moved it on up the hill for another try. So we'll go on up here a little ways, and I'll show you where I put it next. Nice and shady right here. So we still got a little ways to go. Just wanted you to have a little bit of view of the nature walk here. There's just game trails everywhere. Down through there. There's some cool big boulders right down there. I want to make some little hangout areas eventually. But first I want to clear out all these pokey bushes that are on my road. I don't know how I'm going to do that without killing myself, because we got a few of them. So that's where we're going, right up there by that tall pine tree. That's where we just came from. The road goes up here, but I put the camera in this tree because I wasn't sure if this was a game trail or not. This is just kind of the washout from the road, but it looks kind of traveled. I didn't really see footprints in there, but there's a game trail that comes up over there, and I figured they would use this road just to come down around the mountain, and there is a trail that cuts down through there. So I left the camera here for 2 days. Didn't see much. Saw a deer and a buck, and we added a new species to the list. We saw a rabbit here for the first time, so that was the first time we've seen a rabbit up here. So now we got to go way on up yonder, up the hill. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'll get y'all up there. See, look how nice this part looks without pokey things. Well, a couple little pokey things, but look at all these guys. I got to get out of here. That's like a pokey thing maze. There's a cool flat spot over here. We're getting up into some terraces up here. There's some terraces down below too, but you can see all these old terraces. There's, see right there, and this one too. These are old 1,000-year-old olive trees. They used to have tons and tons of olive trees up here, but they're all dead now. I don't even know how old that thing is, but it's huge. And that's what these terraces were all built for. You probably can't hear it. I can hear the bell ringing from the village. You can almost see it through the trees right there. Keep on going. Some kind of a huge bird. I just scared out of a tree. Well, we're almost there. This is what I wanted to see. We've got a big field here. This is pretty much the end of the road. From here it just goes up to these terraces. This was as far as I've been until a couple days ago, and I decided to after I put the camera up here, I decided to trek on up the mountain. And the first time I came up here, which was maybe like 2 months ago, all this was all torn up. It looked like the pigs had been rooting around up here, and it doesn't look like they've been in this location lately. When I went higher up these terraces, I found some more areas higher up that looked like the pigs had been in there pretty heavy. I don't really want to know that I have a huge population of wild boars up here. I know I have some. I've seen them twice in the videos, but I'm glad to know that they're not as prevalent as I thought they were. I thought every footstep I thought I saw up here was going to be a wild boar, and that was a big reason I bought the camera. So there's the camera. So the reason I have this backpack on is because I brought my laptop, and I thought we could sit up here and look at the footage, and I brought a beer to enjoy while I do it, because this is uncorked in rural Spain. And it's like 11:30 on a Monday, so why not? I need to find a nice shady spot and a rock, and let's sit down. Okay, my battery in my camera is about to run out here. So I get pretty excited when I put this in my computer, I'm not gonna lie. Uh-oh, I see something scary. Uh-oh, what is that? Maybe that's a deer. Well, I'm gonna have to download these onto my computer, and then we'll go inside and click through them, but let's just get a little teaser here. This looks like a boar. Look at that guy. Yep. Big old boar. Well, there's not that much footage. The camera's been up here for 2 days undisturbed, but we'll get these into the house and download it, and then I'll show y'all what we see. I see something right there too. I don't know what that is. So here's a trick I learned too, because I like to download these onto the computer, is when I cut these and I copy them onto my computer, I always leave the last one because its number is 0298, so I've already done 298 photos with this thing and videos. That way when I picks up the next one, it starts with 0299, because then when I try to download them onto my computer, it wanted to overwrite the file, so I lost some footage that way. So just always leave your last picture on here, and you won't have that problem. And I'll leave a link down below just in case you're interested in this trail camera and getting one for your own properties, because it's a lot of fun seeing what's running around out here. Okay, I just got finished looking at all the footage, and we just had a big old buck. He was pretty big. I'm gonna have to Google how big a big roe deer is, but his antler is like twice as big as his ear, and they don't get very big antlers, so I think he's a stud for a roe deer. I'm not sure. And we did have the pig. I put in the footage here. Looks like when the light on the camera turned on, it must have spooked him, because he just bolted super fast, but luckily we got a photo of him. So I'm gonna try a new tactic here. You know, I've been the last couple of days, this is a really pretty little meadow. I want to put some camping chairs and a little fire pit or something up here, so that when you get up here you can hang out. But I've been putting the camera, trying to catch the wildlife in these sort of bigger open areas, and I haven't been that successful. So what I'm gonna try to do is find a choke point. I'm gonna go up here, up these terraces a little bit, and find a choke point where they have to get skinny and go through the trail, and they're gonna have to get up and close with the camera. They're not supposed to see the light, so the light doesn't seem to have bothered the foxes, the badgers, the deer, but that wild boar, boy, he sure did bolt when he saw it. So let's go find somewhere cool to put this camera. You can hear an eagle. Okay, here's our new location. I made a crucial error. When I was walking up the trail, my wife yelled, "Do you want your phone?" And I was like, "No, I don't need my phone." I do need my phone because I need to check. I can use my phone to see where this is pointed at and check the screen. But check this out. I got a game trail coming up through here. There's a log they have to jump over right there. I thought about pointing it at that, but I got another trail coming down right here. And I got a trail coming up right here, and they all kind of converge. They go down this path right here. I had the camera just right down here before, so I'm close to where I was, but maybe this little choke point will be a better spot. We'll find out in like 2 days when I come back up here and check the camera. Hey, let me know if you like this video of checking out the wildlife around here on my property. I think it's super fun, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more of this. I thought about doing a weekly, like, here's what's running around on my property series on this channel. But let me know if you like it. Give me a thumbs up if you did like it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of what it's like to live here in Spain. I think in my next video you can see yesterday was Sunday, and they did a brand new festival in Ainsa. It was like a wine and tapas festival, and you paid money and you got tickets for wine and tapas, and a lot of local wineries were there, and it was a lot of fun. So I'll show you a video of what that little festival was like. So go watch that video so you can see more of what it's like uncorked in rural Spain. Cheers.